Yo, 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 what's good, everyone? It's your boy GD, the sports actor, and we are back with another segment. This is a post breakdown of what happened during week 9 versus the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I know I missed the Eagles post breakdown, but that game, the officiating was so bad, it made me sick to my stomach. I was also traveling to North Carolina to watch my girlfriend's little sister, Paige, get married to Carlos. Congrats to you guys. But, guys, I don't know what's going on with the New York Giants and our defense specifically, but honestly, this one was a mix of just hope and heartbreak, as most of these games have been. I mean, we saw flashes of, something that we can build on. I know a lot of people are out there talking about, well, the Giants look good for, next year, but it's been a tough run. I'm sick and tired of hearing about how next year is going to be better. And this is, I believe, our third season in week 9 being at 2-7. This is the third season where we've had this same exact record at 2-7. So I'm trying to figure out when next year's coming. I'm trying to figure out when we're going to be better and which year. Because you keep saying next year, but we keep pushing it back. But it's the same old issues that we're dealing with, especially when it comes to the fourth quarter. When it comes to closing out these games. And the defense needs to be talked about because they've allowed a 30-piece out of every single game that we've played in the last 3 games. If we look at the Broncos-Giants, 33-32. 33, those points were done in the fourth quarter alone to get those 33. We have the Eagles versus Giants. Now, I know the officiating was definitely sketchy, needs to be looked into. The refs need to be looked into to see if they're making parlays, or maybe we had Chauncey Billups or Terry Rozier doing some type of costume for Halloween, and maybe they were out there for that week of October 26th. I don't know. People were in costumes early. And then yesterday we had the games versus the 49ers. 34-24. We're just giving out 30 pieces. And what I also hate about these games is that we're just letting the running backs go off. Every game, everyone's talking about what our inconsistencies are. It's the fact that we allow for huge runs to be made. We allow for huge third down conversions, and they happen every game with no type of change. I'm sick of it. I really am. But you know what? Let's start with the positive because, believe it or not, there were a few. There were a few positives. First off, shout out to Jackson Dart. Shout out to that boy Jackson because definitely going to have to get that jersey because he was the only one that seemed to be out there ready to play like a pro. And constant composure coming from this guy. I mean, he went 24 for 33, 2 touchdown passes, and he led the team in rushing. I believe he also ran in for a touchdown himself. So that boy's going to go out there and score and get that ball into the end zone by any means necessary, and he's proved it time and time again. I mean, you could feel the team believing in him early when they scored in that opening drive to Theo Johnson, shrugged off the defender, and was able to get those extra yards to get that touchdown to start off the game on the first drive. Oh, man, that was beautiful to see. And from there, I was like, okay, we got a game. We got a game against the 49ers. Some people think it's going to be a blowout, but no, we're literally... We just scored on the first drive at MetLife. I don't even remember the last time I saw that. Well, we saw it with Jackson Dart anytime he steps on the field, but you know what I mean. In the past QBs that we've had and had to experience, that doesn't happen. It's either we're punting or we're going for 3. But anytime this guy touches the ball, you can expect that he's going to score. And I love that. I love that because that's exactly what we've been begging for. That's exactly what we've been needing. Second, let's see. The defense did make a big play. Big shout out to that boy Brian Burns, Spida, and Abdul Carter. I mean, to have a strip sack, the ball is in the air, and for Abdul Carter to have the awareness to be able to catch that ball and make that, I believe they called it a fumble recovery. I don't think they called it a interception. That was beautiful. And you would think that this would lead to scoring of points. Defense gets you the ball back. You're on the 25. They just made an incredible play. You would think that leads to points, but no. And this brings me to the cons, because that was probably the only two good things that we saw. Okay? This brings me to the cons. What's holding this team back? Where do you want me to start? That's the real question. Run defense again. Run defense again. Big breakout plays for Christian McCaffrey, knowing that he is their main offense, their main guy, the highlight of their offense, and we still couldn't stop it. And not only could we not stop it, but you guys let him not only play running back, but he was out there just playing wide receiver too. I mean, that touchdown that he scored where he is wide open, collecting the ball to the far left, and there was no one around. No one around. I don't understand how a linebacker is not following this guy. I don't understand why a safety, no one is paying attention to Christian McCaffrey doing a simple rollout to the left to score an easy walk-in touchdown. That already destroyed the momentum. Once I saw that, I really sat there, and you can ask my girl, I really sat there and I said, this defense is cooked. Because you allowed for all that to happen. You played good defense, it seemingly, before all this transpired. But in that moment, for that play to be drawn up and for him to be that wide open, I was like, yeah, these guys aren't paying attention. And I get it. We don't have Javon Holland. We don't have Michael McFadden. We don't have Adebayo or Debo. But like, we have football players on this team. We have other guys who are collecting checks. So I just don't understand what they don't understand about the next man up mentality. That doesn't mean that the talent's supposed to fall down. It means that the next man is supposed to be prepared, ready to step in, and for it to be as fluid as it can be. But it just looked horrible. We looked lost. Christian McCaffrey, he had over 100 yards on the ground, 159 rushing yards to be exact. And you know what? We just cannot continue to be bullied like this in the trenches. You know, I've praised Abdul Carter. I've praised Brian Burns, who is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and I believe he will win this year. But when it comes down to and Dexter Lawrence, I understand what's going on. The guy's getting double teamed 95 to 90% of the time. I get it. That's hard. That is hard to overcome, but it's because he is much respected. With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben, Spider-Man, go look it up. With great power comes great responsibility. And the other teams know that they need to put Dex in a cage, because if they don't, he'll have a field day up the middle. But even so, Dexter was pushing the backup center, which I thought he should have been having a little bit more. I feel like he should have had the ability to throw this man around, but he also had a second guard to handle. But a few times there, Dexter Lawrence was taking that center and driving him back, having Mac Jones move and maneuver out the pocket with two sharks on the side waiting for him. And you know what makes all of this worse? Is that we had the momentum before halftime. No, we really did. I mean, we first a turnover. We got the ball at the 27-yard line with 30 seconds left on the clock. 30 seconds left. You're at the 27 because you were able to get a turnover and you got the ball back based off of what Abdul Carter and Brian Burns were able to accomplish. And what do? Run it up the middle. No urgency. No creative plays. No double tight ends. And to make it even better, we go ahead and we miss the field goal. You know what that's called? That's called bad play calling and bad execution across the board. Across the board. I mean, it feels as if our offense is being held in handcuffs We're not taking any real deep shots. We're not creating any type of rhythm. And I understand, I know we're injured. We lost Malik Neighbors week 4. That was heartbreaking. Could you imagine Jackson Dart with Malik Neighbors and Wandell and Darius Slayton and Theo Johnson? I'll take that. I'll take that offense. That's not bad at all. I will take that. But right now, we are calling guys up left and right from the practice squad. Bo Collins just got injured. He's out. We called in Ray McLeod. The guy just wanted to do a fashion show walk through the tunnel because he was non-existent when it came to playing. But don't worry, his fit was fresh when he was walking through the tunnel. And what did he even have on? You would have thought this man had been playing for the Giants, was a superstar in the Giants locker room with the fit that he had on. He definitely put that fit together. He was excited to be playing non-existent when it came to getting on the grass and putting some points up or putting some numbers up. It's just, we're missing corners, we're missing linemen. But at some point, you're playing scared. Brian Dable, he said something, I believe, they had asked him why he decided to possibly, I believe, kick the ball or punt it, why he decided to do that when they were so close. Oh, he decided to, I think, go for a kick. They were so close, the half was about to end, and he said, well, if we had a few more yards, we probably would have drawn up a few play. Bro! Play the game aggressive. You were already 2-6. What else do you have to lose? Show us something. At some point, I felt like we were in San Francisco, especially with the fandom that was there, the red wave that we saw. Golly, show us something. You're at home. Be gutsy. Show some grit, some grind. This is football. I really don't get it. And you know what? There's some people that need to get off this team. Banks, you got to go. We got to trade you some way, somehow. You were getting cooked left and right by Jauan Jennings. You can't stop a slant you couldn't stop a cold. You can't stop anything. You have to go. I'm sick and tired of the Banks experiment. The Banks, when his first season, when he was on the Giants, it was exciting. He used to say, bank is closed on Sunday. Now, I tell people the bank is open. Go in there and loot it. Give me the loot. He will hand it to you and put it in a nice package with a ribbon on it. Say, here, from the Giants. Because you're not stopping a damn thing. I hate watching Banks play because they know how he plays. They expose him every single time in man coverage. It is ridiculous. Next, Shane Bowen. The 30-piece that is being put on your head. I said this in a tweet. It's like we gave you the keys to a Ferrari and you just don't know how to drive it. Because you don't know what to do with this defense. You don't know how to use these players properly. There are no blitzes. There are no stunts. You're not showing any type of fake coverage. You're doing nothing exciting at all at defense. The offense is reading you like a children's book. And I'm sick and tired of it. We need a new DC. Go get Antonio Pierce. Please. There has to be somebody else out there. Go find them. There's a reason Tennessee gave this guy up. And we got Shane Bowen because we thought he was going to be really good at the run defense. He did well when he was with the Titans, but I don't see it at all. And it's starting to become more than frustrating. I think I saw a report that said that Brian Burns stormed out of the locker room. Stormed out of the locker room. You're going to create dysfunction within this team. And getting a 30-piece put on your head every single time you play, that'll do it. That'll do it to your defense. Rushing 3 when it's a 3rd and 22. Letting Tank Bigsby, after Brian Burns goes out of his way to make a great sack on Jalen Hurts, and you let Tank Bigsby run 3rd and 21, you let him run, get all the yards back, and then some? What are you doing? How are you scheming up the ball? You have all of our corners and our safeties sitting 10, 15 yards off of the line. You're allowing for the slants to happen. I don't know why you're so scared. I don't know why you think that someone's just going to go over the top every single time. These QBs don't have time to do all that. You see what's happening with the front four. Move the corners in. Bring the safety down a bit. You know what? Matter of fact, throw my resume in because I'm ready to lead this team. Who else? Shane Bowen, Banks, Jalen Hyatt, you are a waste of space. I saw that we had you in the 49ers games doing kick returns. Oh my gosh. This is the same man that we saw at the beginning of the season, beginning of last season, talking about this is my time. I'm ready to get my opportunity, show everything that I got. You know, when he was talking with a coach from the Cowboys, he said, you know, I could do more than just run. I could do more than just give you a 40. I could run routes. Where are you running routes at, bro? Where and when have you been running any type of route? Is it a mailman route? You got a part-time job on the side? Because I haven't seen you run one successful route. And anytime that you go on your little sprinting go routes, I've only seen you get jammed up or get scared or try to look for a pass interference call. Stop it. Stop it. He has to go. Who else is on that? JMS. Pack him up. Pack him up. They said they drafted him because he was smart. This ain't chess. This is football. He has no type of power, no type of ability to shift his feet, to make sure that his quarterback has enough time. He's not elusive. He's not doing anything that is stopping anyone on the other side from getting after the QB. JMS has to go. He's an undersized, small center, and he's just not doing it. So that's Banks. That's JMS, Jalen Hyatt, Shane Bowen, and don't let me forget old man Graham Gano. You gotta go. I'm sick and tired of watching Graham Gano not being able to perform, collecting fucking a paycheck, not being able to do his job, and then when he is called to do his job, it's a 50-50 on whether or not he's going to make the kick or not. And in dire situations when we need it. We have Younghoe Koo sitting on the practice squad. Call him up. Call him up. This is what we continue to do. We continue to beat the dead horse, put the guys in that don't work, that don't have any type of ability to make a change week after week. They don't show any type of progression. They've been here for 2, 3, 4 years, and we keep peddling them out there. I don't get it. You know what? There's some fixes and reality checks that need to happen. Okay, because I still believe that this team is a better team than what's on paper. I know the saying out there, Bill Parcells, your record shows how good you are, or something like that. His quote is something along those lines. But this is not the case. The New York Giants just continue to shoot themselves in the foot. But you know, the Giants can build on this. They really can. Because the effort is there. From many, from some. The effort was there early and we saw it. The problem is we cannot finish drives and we can't play full games. By the third, fourth quarter, we're done. That comes down to a few things. Discipline, play calling, and leadership. Oh, and I'm going to throw in a fourth. Pride. These are the things that we need to work on. We need to tighten up the run defense. We need to give Dart some real protection when it comes to the line. I didn't mind Marcus McBough. I thought that he did pretty well in the absence of Jermaine Luminor. I do think we need to address the guard position. Andrew Thomas has been a jewel since he's been back. We need to address the center position as well. And we need to obviously take more shots downfield. You got guys like Hyatt. You got guys like Slay. You got guys like Wandell. These guys are speed guys. They're not really the contest type of guys. Why aren't we drawing up more plays to where we can throw the ball downfield? I don't know. You know what? At 2-7, our season right now is basically on life support. And I know we're watching growth, especially when it comes to Dart and his development. And I really don't want to see what happened to JD5 being in the game that he was in for too long, going after something that really didn't matter. You were getting blown out anyway, and you keep your best player in the game, the most critical player, your most critical weapon. You keep him in the game in the fourth quarter with nothing to win. And all of a sudden, his elbow bone in his non-throwing arm is poking out of his arm. Why was he in the game to begin with? And that is a story I don't want to happen with Jackson Dart. What are we doing? We're not putting pieces around him to be successful. I continually have called for Dante Miller to maybe be moved up, for Fedoni to maybe be put into the game, Younghoe Koo for him to see some light. I understand we're dealing with injuries all over the place, and it's unfortunate that we're always dealing with so many injuries so soon in. But come on. This is football. That's not an excuse. Everyone is dealing with injuries. But we need to redefine what it means to have a defense that is scary. We have an offense that looks scary. Jackson Dart has grabbed the attention of the league. He has gained the respect of many football players out there, as well as Cam Skattebo. Who else is going to step up? Who else in the absence of Malik Neighbors is going to step up? Because that's why he got injured in the first place, because the ball couldn't be spread around to anybody else but Neighbors. We need Theo Johnson to get his hands together. Bro, there's been at least 3-4 times in these last 3 recent games where the ball came to him and a play needed to be made, laid in a breadbasket, drop. Third, given right here in the hands, let it bounce off your shoulder, drop. What much more can Jackson Dart do besides throwing and trying to catch it himself? The guy isn't Flash. All right? It's not Flash Gordon out there. So this team needs to respond with some pride. We need to send some blitzes in. We need to have some grit. We really need to see who wants to play. Who has the pride out there to play? This is not supposed to be a development stage for the New York Giants. I believe that we are past that. I believe that this was a team that was ready to be playoff contenders. It didn't start the way that we wanted to with the 0-3 start. Thanks, Russ. But this doesn't have to define us. As Jackson Dart said, whatever happened before, that was before. We don't need to continue to act like we're having this losing culture. We don't need to continue to be just losers and just learn how to lose. And that's how we win these. I just don't understand. That's how we're going about these games. When you have fans who have pride, who talk about just how good this team is, who from week to week to week wear that Giants blue jersey just to be let down every Sunday. So yeah, man, I know that was a little bit long. I know that was a little bit winded, but I had to get some things off my chest. It had been a while since I got out there, but you know what? Things need to be said. Players can't say it because they'll get fined. Kayvon Thibodeau, I got you. Fuck the refs. Blind as hell. I got you, my boy. Anytime you need to get something off your chest, let me know, and I'll make sure to relay. because I can say it. I don't work for the NFL. Fuck the refs. They're horrible. If anybody needs to be worried about robots taking jobs, those guys should be the most concerned. But yeah, man, I mean, tell me what you guys think. Tell me if Giants Nation, if you see something that we can build on, or are we just fooling ourselves again? Let me know, man. Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it. And, if you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and just let me know, what you think about the topics. Let me know what I can do better, as always, because we're here to improve not only this team, but to improve ourselves. And as I said before, looking to be consistent. Missed last week, but we're back on track. So this is your boy GD, the sports actor, and I appreciate you guys. Peace.